Alright, so this is the final points wrap up of Doom Eternal. Everything has been addressed. The game has been beaten. It's an 8.8, but I wanted to make sure I give it fair points for things that I missed. So I went online and made sure I looked up very specific things. And these specific things are the 10 commandments of gaming, and of course, gaming collisions and profiles of characters and so on, all things related to gaming. So I'm going to go over them and see if this game has them in there or if it does not. So I'll start with the, let's see here, I'll start with the commandments first. Actually, I probably missed one of them. So I missed the first commandment. What the hell? I didn't take a picture of that? That's weird. Well, whatever it is, it was hopefully might have missed it. Actually, let me go onto my phone and find it again. 10 gaming commandments. Video game commandments. There are no universal recognized 10 video game commandments. Instead, many variations exist in the internet. Users created by, okay, it's created by various people. Sure. So let's go on to that, created by various people. He says for people who are game developers, one of the commandments always show the goal. Did Doom Eternal, did I address that there were objectives and there was a goal too? Yes, I I give it points for that. Problem, um, problems not problems not puzzles. I remember. Yeah, okay. So were problems put in the games and not puzzles? I remember reading a Reddit about the player asking if their entire game was just stupid. Blah 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 blah. They spent a little hour trying to solve the puzzles, made checks to hints. Blah 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 blah. Okay. Blah 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 blah. What is the commandment means isn't that you can't. Okay. What this commandment means isn't that you can't include puzzles, but that you can't include interactions that only have a single specific action the player must take. Right. So it's not that you can't include puzzles, but you can't have just a single interaction that the player has to do in order to solve the puzzles. When you create a puzzles, don't bind it to a single solution. Rather, create a puzzle that can be solved in a variety of ways. So in Doom Eternal, let's say he's trying to do traversal with regards to that. I wouldn't consider that puzzle, but with regards to opening doors and solving certain things, things he can't get by because there are electric fields and stuff, that part of the whole finding things or solving his way around things is that there's no one way. It's not just about jumping and grabbing onto things. Sometimes it's about shooting things. So there are many ways in order to solve the puzzles. It's not just grabbing and jumping onto things. Sometimes you have to think. So those two have been addressed. The third is multiple. So I give you points for those. Multiple solutions. I give a point for multiple solutions as well. No forced failure. So failure isn't a bad thing. It's a great teachable moment. In this example, Kyle, to have her character die, well, that isn't fun, interesting, or exciting. That's just mean because you just want Kyle to die at this cutscene. Was that present? Not really. So, was that something that I addressed? Was force failed? No, I didn't address force failed. So I'll give the game a point for that, that they did not include force fail into the game. So now, and in order to solve certain situations, and he knows the difference between right and wrong, blah blah blah. So your character is not completely dumb, um, and he can't solve things so by himself without your consent. So Yeah, the in-game character Doom guy is pretty smart with regards to what he does. So, did I give it points for that? Well, I think I gave it points for the Doom guy not being a complete moron. Players do, NPCs watch. To put this simply, players should be the ones having fun in the game, not the game having fun with itself. When cool in this game whatsoever at all. Um, 7 games get harder, players get smarter. Okay, in this game, was the game getting harder, progressively harder as I get towards the end? Yes. And did I have to think different ways in order to kill enemies based on a harder progression? Yes. So that was addressed within the game. What else? Pat your player on the back, a commandment. We all like treasures. We had more than one player who had set off blah blah blah. These rewards, okay, reward players for completing objective. Those are was the trials and so on and so forth. So that was addressed in the game. The ninth one is Think 3D, maybe the biggest sin of adventure games out there. How many times do you head into a cave and never think about what is over your head or under your feet? How many times do you go into a single story building or multi-story buildings, but the adventure and elements don't take advantage of the fact that there are rooms above and below you? When designing encounters, whether those are combat, mystery, social, or explore encounters, think about how you can use the space. Maybe a large chandelier range. Okay, so in Doom Eternal, space was used appropriately. Space above, space below, encounters within certain spaces, with regards to finding special things, limiting you to try to get those collectibles or rewards or power ups. So those things have number 9 has been addressed within the game. Think interconnectively. Going along with the previous commandment, is time to think about how all of those space fit together, if only things. So now going to let's see here. Now going to core um, architectural rules and patterns. So I'm going to go into the game. Oh, what the fuck? Loading issue? I'm having a loading issue now. I never understand PlayStation, man. I mean, the internet is so fucked up. Or maybe it's just YouTube being a bitch. Well, let me use my cell phone and see if it's actually YouTube or if it's actually my internet. If it's my internet, then I'm gonna ignore this and go straight on. Screw YouTube. Let's see. Yep, it's YouTube. YouTube being a bitch. Alright, so I'll do this from my own cell phone, which is going to be kind of difficult because then I'll have to pop in and out of my cell phone to see the rest of this content. Um, let's see here. Let's see. Okay, what does it say? Okay, core architectural rules and patterns. Alright, let me move around my character just to make sure I see in the video that I'm moving around and it's not on stationary mode. Yep, I'm moving around. Alright. Alright. It says here core architectural rules and patterns. An FSM is a programming pattern used to organize character logic into distinct, manageable states. This is a robust approach to avoiding complex spaghetti code. Okay. 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 finite state machine, the FSM. Okay, it organizes a character's logic into a distinct, manageable state. Okay, so basically takes the character model, the design of the character, and put them into a manageable area, um, to avoiding spaghetti coding. Okay, and the drop downs for these are encapsulated behavior, manage transitions, and ensure